This is one of Louisiana's most significant, if not the most historic building in the state. It was built in the 1850s. This room is the most historic room probably in Louisiana. This is where we seceded from the Union. This is where Huey Long was impeached. The Union forces captured Baton Rouge and this building, and unfortunately during the war the building burned, but the walls stood, and in 1880 they rebuilt this beautiful castle-like structure, and it remained the seat of government until 1932 when Huey Long decided he wanted to build his own new capital downtown. And so now it is a history and political museum. This building really fell into disarray probably in the 70s and 80s, but there was no real central caretaker who was really in charge of the physical plant, and it really had just almost come to the point of no return. And about that time, a group of local citizens petitioned the Secretary of State's office to take this on, and so legislation physically moved the ownership of the property to the Secretary of State in 1991, and it closed for 3 years and a $6 million restoration, and it opened again in April of 1994, and it is the beautiful space that you see today. We have a rich political history, and unfortunately people are not as engaged in democracy today as they have been in the past. Louisiana has one of the highest voter registration rates in the country. We hover around 84%. So we spend a lot of time with young people and adults talking about how important it is to be involved and engaged in government. We don't want to just tell the stories of the past here. We want to call people to be engaged because government is what we make it. Every day I walk across the back of this chamber at the end of the day, and the beautiful stained glass, the reflection is spilled across the floor. It's just hard not to have a special attachment to this place. And I think everybody who's ever worked here does. One of the wonderful things about this building is that the admission is free. And we do that in the hopes that it will attract many, many families and school groups. Please go to our website, www.louisianaoldstatecapital.org, and there's a link there with information on our visiting hours and how to book a tour.